Hey friends, this is Andy Doss. Today we're telling the story of a woman who walked into the halls of government when most folks thought she didn't belong there and proved them wrong. Her name was Sallie Cooke Booker. She was a teacher, a mother, and one of Virginia's earliest women legislators. I hope you'll stick around as we walk through her life, her legacy, and the election that shook the old way of thinking. This is History in Sight. Sallie Catherine Cooke was born on August 28, 1857 on her father's farm in Franklin County, Virginia. Her parents, Samuel Shrewsbury Cooke and Mildred Dawson Cooke, raised her in a home that valued hard work and education. Sallie began teaching at just 16 years old. She later attended the Piedmont Institute for Young Ladies, further preparing for a life in public education. In 1877, she married Jesse Wooten Booker of Henry County. Together, they raised 7 children. While Jesse worked as a businessman and postman in Martinsville, Sallie kept teaching in one-room schoolhouses across the county. She also attended summer normal institutes to keep refining her skills. By the end of her career, she had given over 25 years to Virginia's children. Sallie was active beyond the classroom. She belonged to the Women's Christian Temperance Union, the Methodist Church, and the United Daughters of the Confederacy. After retiring from teaching, she stepped fully into political life. She joined the Democratic Party and earned a spot on both the state central and executive committees, a rare place for a woman at the time. In 1925, Henry County Democrats nominated Sallie for the Virginia House of Delegates. She ran unopposed and was elected as only the third woman ever to serve in the Virginia General Assembly. It had been just 5 years since the ratification of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote in Virginia, where resistance to suffrage had been strong. Sallie's election marked a profound shift. She didn't just cast a ballot, she carried responsibility. When the 1926 session opened, she supported Governor Harry Byrd's reform efforts and served on 4 major committees: the Committee on Schools and Colleges, County, Cities and Towns, Retrenchments and Economy, and the Library. That same year, Sallie sat for her first House of Delegates portrait, a formal group photo filled with suits and serious faces. She was one of the few women pictured. Sallie was renominated in 1927, but this time she faced a challenge. Reed Lewis Stone, a wealthy and well-connected businessman and co-founder of Bassett Furniture, ran against her as an independent Republican. According to the Washington Post, Stone campaigned on a slogan that the legislature is a man's job. Well, Sallie fired back. She challenged him to a public debate. When he refused, saying farmers are too busy this time of year to attend political events, she replied, "I do not concede membership is a man's job. It is the job of the man or woman who is faithful and capable, diligent and efficient in the discharge of the duties." Well, Sallie won the election, and it came down to just 56 votes, a razor-thin margin that carried big meaning. Sallie's second term brought more influence. She became a ranking member of the Library Committee and 4th in seniority on the Committee on Schools and Colleges. When the 1928 session began, Sallie once again posed for the official House of Delegates portrait. Among nearly 100 men, she remained one of just a few women. Her presence wasn't symbolic. It was definitely earned. During her second term, she helped pass legislation that increased pensions for Confederate veterans and their widows, expanded compulsory education, improved jury pay, bolstered public welfare, and reinforced prohibition laws. In 1929, Sallie chose not to run again. She stepped away from Richmond with dignity, having made her mark as a legislator, educator, and trailblazer. She passed away on December 20th, 1944 at Shackleford Hospital in Martinsville. Her final resting place is Oakwood Cemetery, in the city she served so well. Her home once stood on a quiet rise between 2 streets, but in the early 1990s, it was lost to fire. Today, what remains is an overgrown lot, brushy, quiet, and nearly forgotten. On one side, a break in the old sidewalk curb hints of what used to be a driveway, now leading only to grass and trees. On the other, a narrow pair of bricks still climbs from the sidewalk. Stubborn and out of place, steps that once welcomed visitors, now leading nowhere. And maybe in its own way, that says something. What Sallie C. Booker built wasn't meant to be preserved in stone or structure. Her work lived in classrooms, in the votes she cast, and the quiet confidence she gave to the next woman who dared to run. That empty lot may be covered in weeds, but it still means something. It's a quiet piece of ground where a teacher, a mother, and a lawmaker once lived her days. Not in the spotlight, but with purpose. The house may be gone, but her story isn't. Her name may not be etched in every monument or printed in every textbook. But here in Martinsville, Virginia, and in the footsteps of those who followed the trail she cleared, Sallie Cooke Booker's legacy still stands. As always, the History in Sight team wishes to thank all of the contributors who helped bring this story together. If you liked this episode, please give it a like. subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you don't miss what's next. We'd also like to extend our sincere thanks to local historian Desmond Kendrick for his insight and contributions to the story. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on History Insight.